Today's matchup: Bunny, Maru. (2023) GSL Semifinals. Match 2.
And we are back and ready to go. Maru Love already in the audience. Stateless. Stay here for stateless. I like it.
CEST. All right, I guess that's what we're calling it.
Yeah, we might as well. We might as well, man. I gotta say, I am very, very happy with this best of 5 we just casted. I think we can actually have another insane best of 5 with these two. Bunny looks really good. I know that there are people that just tune in for the finals, like they don't watch the whole season. It's a lot to keep up with, right? Bunny has looked really good, like eerily good. Like this is by far the best he's ever looked. You know, Maru, obviously he's been on top for most of GSL. Some players are late bloomers, and I think Bunny might be one of those players here where he might actually be able to beat Maru. Maru has not had an easy GSL. Obviously, he's coming off of what we call the G5L. He's won his 5th GSL, which is insane.
Yeah, no one's ever done it, but now looking for that CEST, the 6th GSL win.
And let's keep in mind as well, you know, he didn't have to play a lot of Terrans to get here. I think he's been able to really conceal this matchup so far.
And Bunny, overall, so far in 2023, really hasn't been playing a lot in either online or offline matches against Terran. I mean, set win rate 5 and 7 overall. I mean, it's not great, but it's such a small sample size that I think it kind of undersells how good he really has gotten over the past couple of years. Whereas Maru, I mean, a number of years ago was just the TVT GOAT. I would say still is probably the best Terran player in the world, but doesn't seem like his defense is as impenetrable as it used to be.
Look at all his medals. It looks like he's wait for it to get back on camera, but he has all 5 GSL pins.
Oh, he does.
He looks looking like he's, you know, in charge of a banana republic right now.
I was gonna say. Like some military general.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, Maru, always a safe bet. Any GSL, he might take it. This has been a very different GSL that we've got 4 Terrans in the finals. Cure looks fantastic. ByuN has looked better than he's looked in years. Bunny, I gotta say, I've said many years before that he looks better than the year before. That's because he's been improving every single year. And who knows, man, Bunny might take this. We might have a Bunny Cure finals.
Would be an insane upset. Bunny has never been a GSL champion unlike anybody else here that we have in the top 4. And he'll be going up against the best GSL player to ever do it in Maru, looking for that 6th trophy, his 9th GSL finals. I mean, just you think about how many GSLs we have in a year, and like you made it to 9 finals, bro.
Yeah, he's been in like a 5th or something of all of our finals at this point in time.
That's
like
crazy.
It's wild, man. As you guys can see, it's packed down here. Excuse me, at Jamshil. I love this this stadium, by the way. I love the screens on the pillars. So cool. Anyways, we're going to be going into map 1 momentarily. It's going to be on Royal Blood to start this off. Remember, Cure is going to be sitting here watching and probably taking a lot of mental notes, maybe even some physical notes on the play styles of these two.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
by the way,
rare insight.
Cure didn't have to actually show that much of his own play in some ways. It was really him reacting to whatever ByuN was doing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, yeah, let's see what happens, man. Map 1 is loading up. This is Bunny versus Maru. Bunny never having won a GSL Code S versus Maru, the king of GSL, to find out who goes up against Cure in the GSL Season 1 2023 semifinals. Finals right after this semifinals. People are tuning in like, oh, it's the wrong day. I thought the finals was there.
Mystery Gaming, Bunny. Onside Gaming, Maru.
Okay.
Yeah, Nice first opening here for ByuN.
Yeah, nobody's sending any SCVs out for any kind of proxy barracks, which is, I think to be expected.
Yeah, but I mean, if anyone's going to do it, I think we're probably going to see it from Maru at least once in this series. I would say maybe even if he makes it to the finals twice. E-gaming gods, E-gamers.
Thank you.
So good to have an audience again.
Yeah,
I'm
it's so much better to have an audience, to be honest. It's just like you can feel the energy. We're so excited to still have the semifinals and finals here at the studio. One of the many studios, by the way, that we've got here. Freaking TV's really expanded a lot. There's studios all over Seoul. Very happy to be in this studio for this finals. Now, both sides going for gas and barracks. So we got to wait a little bit to kind of see, does anybody start a build in one direction that, isn't matched by the other side.
It's going to be a two gas opening here for Maru, and instead it's going to be a really fast expand here for ByuN. So just a standard Reaper expansion, kind of similar to one of the games that we saw in the previous set with Cure and ByuN, where we had one player up for the faster expansion, one player up for faster tech, and we'll see what Maru is able to finesse here with his slightly faster tempo on the factory.
And I mean, there's just a lot of different ways this game can go. This is already looking extremely different from the TVTs we casted earlier in the previous best of 5, because neither side is really doing anything too dramatic, either on the greedy side like we saw once from Cure, or on the super aggressive side like we saw several times from ByuN. Now Maru, generally speaking, actually makes for shorter TVTs than most other Terran vs. Terrans we have.
It feels like he's really good at finding those kill moves, just identifying when they present themselves and going for it, because oftentimes in TVT, I mean, it's so difficult in a game of incomplete information to recognize that situation and just absolutely ship it. But Maru just has that killer instinct, man.
And it's funny, most of the time, it's true for Flash, actually, in Terran vs. Terran in StarCraft 1. He doesn't have long TVTs. He's the only guy that kind of has short ones. This game, we see Maru comes in looking for intel. Thought for a second he might have actually knocked that Hellion in range of the Reaper. I think this other Reaper might end up just blocking that for a little bit. We'll see if he can get away. Either way, the point I was trying to get at is that Maru has succeeded in ending TVTs pretty quickly, but not so much this year. Something's been going on this year. When we saw him in IEM Katowice, every tactic he tried on 2-base seemed to backfire.
Yeah, he mentioned in interviews that a little bit of that came down into coaching, and he wasn't really sure about how he wanted to mix up his strategy because they weren't working there at Katowice. They've been working a little bit better here in GSL Code S so far this season. And it's been a lot of play like this. I mean, this is pretty much the Maru cookie cutter opening, is the medevac with 4 Marines and the siege tank and a small poke there at the front. And it's nice, it's solid. It has a little bit of aggressive potential. You might be able to find some damage. You get some scouting information by being aggressive as well. But oftentimes it can fall short if people start metagaming you, if they imagine that you're doing this every single game or quite often. This one, like, this is the nice catch that you can get, for example, right?
So he comes in here, he kills that SCV. He's got room to escape. I know in previous games I've casted him, he would send the medevac to the ramp and have other setups to try to engage in there. And so I do think Maru's TVT style, and we'll see if this is true, we're definitely going to know by the end of today, but seems to be good against the other Korean Terrans.
Ooh, we have 2 more factories coming down, Tasteless.
Yeah, look at this. So the massive branch has already started here. We have Maru going for infantry while ByuN is going for mech.
Yeah, mech TVT coming out from ByuN, getting a lot of mech today. Both ByuN and ByuN.
We have the push coming down now from Maru. Right now, ByuN has that kind of fluid mech style where he can run around with the Hellions and just try to get, whatever picks he could possibly get. But he's going to fill this in with tanks later on.
It's almost like a more scrappy form of battle mech with these 2 Ravens and also the Reaper rolling in here and only 1 Cyclone.
We saw ByuN earlier have success with mech, and it was kind of an unusual setup with mech where he had Hellions that were sort of there to, absorb damage and really not do, honestly, that much more than that. but then there were enough siege tanks that he could basically use that splash damage.
Yeah, so I wonder what flavor of mech Bunny is going to be opting for here. So far, it seems like he's really heavily favoring those siege tanks, pumping them out 2 at a time, and only one reactored Hellion, or one reactored factory pumping out Hellions in the meantime. And Maru's a nice scouting. Will be able to get an SCV for his trouble and delay that 3rd command center from landing just a little tiny bit. And I think now he should have a very good idea of exactly what this composition is going to be here. There isn't a bio transition coming behind this. It's more siege tanks. It's more Hellions. It's not just a battle mech opening into bio. It is full-on mech here. And I wonder exactly what the response is going to be from Maru to this.
We've actually seen Maru almost never lose to mech when he goes bio. He seems to have a very good handle on this. I'm not trying to call this at all by saying that. I think Bunny's had a lot of cool new ideas here. But this is that mobile mech style that we were talking about. Now, one of the things I always get nervous about when I see the mech player moving around on the map is like, if you move around the map and lose the fight, you're going to lose total control of the game. And so let's see if this push actually works. It's kind of an unusual push. He's going to set up these siege tanks out here. He's got the Hellbats.
Hellbats and a ton of Vikings. All right, Disable's coming through. Big connections there with the siege tanks on all the Marines of Maru. As that's a nice engagement to start things up, and the Disables on the siege tanks of Bunny are going to swing things back into Maru's favor a little bit here. Vikings now landing. We'll try to focus down the siege tanks. They are able to pick off 2 of them, and Bunny in one fell swoop just absolutely eviscerates the ground army here of Maru.
That was Hellbats that forced the SCVs to come out. He killed 12 SCVs. He's killed 13 SCVs now. He's kept the bulk of the Vikings alive. I think he can actually just like leapfrog the tanks up here.
I think he might be able to. The bio count's too low now. How do you get on top of this?
I don't know about this strategy at all. This is like some new tech we're seeing here. All right. Yes. All right. Are we going to go into game 2? What is happening? Steve, what is happening right now?
SCVs and Marines are getting pulled.
It's like a StarCraft 1 Terran push to StarCraft 2 Terran.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. 30 SCVs in total going down right there, and that's not even counting the ones that fell at the 3rd bases. What? 2 more factories in production there for Bunny. Maru eventually will be able to clean this up, and he should be able to get these tanks as well, as Bunny has a little bit of an overambitious rally.
This is a bit of an overextension here.
But I mean, the worker differential right now, 68 to 39, is absolutely huge. More factories coming through. Blue Flame upgrade underway right now. 4th Command Center also in production.
We saw Hellbats in this matchup.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's kind of like, you know, we saw like a Reaper get healed by a medevac. We're like, oh yeah, I guess that is a biological unit. It's like, we don't talk about Hellbats in this matchup.
Yeah, we don't see them that often, but they did a great job of not only absorbing shots, but I mean, mowing down the SCVs.
And it seemed almost like, you know, Maru was starting and goes, oh God, it's this build. It sends his SCVs because he knows he's going to get overrun if he doesn't deal with it in that moment. Maru has a little bit of mobility on the map. He's trying to catch up in workers. Obviously, Bunny in a much healthier position here. Oh, it's a very unfortunate angle to be hit by those Hellions at.
Yeah, with the Viking superiority here for Bunny, I'm not sure Maru's really going to be able to find an opening here. It's going to be very difficult. Even Vikings getting picked off, or medevacs, excuse me, getting picked off to fall there. Army supply is relatively even, but keep in mind that Bunny's mostly sitting on siege tanks and Hellions here, which, with Blue Flame, they fare pretty well against Marines in low numbers like this, especially if you're able to get some big shots.
Why are these leaving?
Is he? Oh, he's going.
Oh, he's pulling the boys. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought for there was like a drop that he thought was coming in, but yeah, he's going up and not down.
There's one thing Blue Flame Hellions are really good against.
It's
workers. It's the boys. All right, Bunny, unsiege. He sieges back up. SCV's coming into the front. Hellions are going to be able to mow most of them down. All the bio falling here. That's it.
Yeah,
GGG gets called.
I guess the boys are not that good against units that shoot through them. And look at Bunny. He's like, trying not to smile. He's sticking his tongue out. And
both players are laughing a little bit about that one, as Maru is just like, yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, that was an interesting timing that I don't think we've seen something quite like that in Coda so far this season, unless I'm mistaken. I mean, that was similar to what ByuN did earlier, but way more aggressive.
Well, the strategy was entirely different, though. Like ByuN just had, Hellions there to get in the way, but he basically got out, morphed them into Hellbats, moved, and you can see, by the way, I mean, Maru said this SCV's right in, which means that he knows he's going to die if he doesn't do exactly that, right? I mean, sends him across, and then it's like, all right, you know, and by the way, Bunny didn't even do the strategy that well. He actually like had way too many tanks and Hellions there after the fact. He should have just banked those. He still wins. I don't know what that means for this best of 5. I have more questions than answers, if I'm going to be totally honest with everybody. Sometimes in the finals, we do have crazy strats coming out. In this case, that was one of them. On to Neo Humanity.
On to Neo Humanity we go. Will Bunny try mech again? I think more likely that we see him pivot back to Bio here in game number 2, but that's already a scary proposition for Maru, knowing that Bunny has prepared these mech builds, he has these timings ironed out, and he can take maps off of you with them. It's a big part of winning any kind of best of 5 or best of 7 series, and the fact that he's got potentially 2 more TBT series to go through. I'm liking this for Bunny, man. These players today showing a lot of range.
How many more tricks does Bunny have? We're gonna find out as we go into map 2. Again, this is a best of 5. The winner of this best of 5 goes to the GSL finals, which is later tonight versus Cure. Let's move on with this series, guys. Lots of great games tonight.
Looking forward to it. Go, go, go!
Hellbats chanting as the boys get pulled.
The boys are pulled. Burn! It was funny to see the boys pulled back there, and then it's like just Bluefin Hellions just
Mystery
kill them and
gaming.
everything behind it.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't think Maru thought he was going to win the game there. I think he realized he's dead and is like, well, let's at least try to just literally all in at this moment. And maybe he's like, I don't know, making an extra command center when he should have made more production. Basically, Maru probably thought he was dead anyways, but that's one way to close it out.
Certainly
Good luck,
is.
Maru here, says the sign.
Love
Maru
Maru.
love.
We all love Maru.
Yeah, but come on, you thought Bunny's build was better, right? We all got, there's probably going to be no Bunny signs in the audience, but there should be, because Bunny's played. That first game was actually inspirational.
Right, another CC first build coming out, this time for Maru.
Mar with the CC first.
That means that next game he's got a proxy 2x, right?
I feel like it has to be like that, right? Now, by the way, both games we've had command center first, and this TBT has been the player that lost the first game. Now, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but from everything I can recall, almost always we have command center first somewhere in a series where they've won the first game. And so it's kind of cool to see people are pulling this out later on.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, it's the kind of thing that we can muse about this all we want, but at the end of the day, it's really these pros have intel on each other. They're playing this little meta, this little bubble that we don't even know about, where Maru has inklings of what Bunny wants to do on certain maps, and Bunny has the same there about Maru, and they're both trying to subvert each other's expectations as the series progresses.
I mean, when you have people that have played against each other for this long, which is over a decade, in so many tournaments, obviously not just GSL. I mean, there's an endless number of online tournaments that are happening. These guys are basically in matches almost every day. But yeah, I mean, there's these mind games that happen, especially at this is the big tournament, right, in Korea and in this whole region, and in many ways in the world. What they'll try to do to basically spring that surprise on and advance to the next phase of the tournament. It's very cool to see. And clearly, Bunny's had that build pocketed for game 1, and here he is in the lead.
Yeah, Bunny just macroing back at home right now, not putting on too much pressure against this CC first opening. Tech Lab and a Starport coming through. I'm wondering, it's probably just going to be a Raven. I was getting excited. Like, maybe we'll see a quick Banshee, but no, it's going to be a Raven. It's TBT after all.
It seems like if you're not getting a Raven, you're really leaving a lot to chance. Because the Raven, you can harass with it later, but it also stops like a Cloak Banshee.
It's so well-rounded.
Yeah, it can stop a push. You can try to push them. Third command center, by the way, for Bunny.
Yeah, third CC. I like this here coming out from Bunny. Oh, it is a Banshee coming out. All right.
Oh, nice.
That is exciting. Not going to be a Debbie Downer again. Get to enjoy my Banshee builds. Haven't seen this so far today.
Well, the Banshee can come out on the map while there's a third CC making and basically keep Maru defending. He can see if he can't pick off any workers anywhere. We do have a Viking being made here, as well as a third CC for Maru. So we're probably going to have a couple swipes, a couple jabs early on here, but there shouldn't be anything of major consequence occurring for the next couple of minutes.
No, wouldn't think so. Tech Lab now going down on the starport there for Maru. So Raven most likely going to be the follow-up unit from that structure, is just waiting to see the production tab. And we're not actually going to have Cloak with this for Bunny, so it's just going to be one little Banshee trying to find some damage. Hellion does get picked off there in the middle of the map. So not too much scouting information here for Maru. He's just kind of playing PvE right now, macroing back at home.
Now, getting the Banshee out early is great, but it doesn't allow you to really address a lot of the stuff that can happen early on. That's why we have another Banshee coming out here for Bunny later on. But let's see what the Banshee can do. The Banshee also gets to scout, by the way, and save you the headache of having to scan. You get more mules long term.
Let's see what it's able to get done as it's going for, oh, that's a fresh mule.
Yeah, that's nice.
A nice pick there. SCV and a fresh mule and a Marine for almost no hull damage.
And
that's another SCV. That's perfect. That was so much damage coming in. You'll have to skirt the edge of the map and try to get away from, oh no, he didn't realize these air units were on the field. They must have been just out of vision, so this Banshee will eventually get taken out.
But it does trade out for some stuff, so it does do a little bit of damage. I think it's fine.
Not bad.
Again, it's not like we can really call this for anybody right now. It's kind of, things are slowly developing. But yeah, with both of them getting a third CC here, I mean, we're going to go into a heavy macro game right away.
A really clutch scan there from Maru, seeing the third CC timing, moving on to low ground, and all the production there for Bunny as well. So he has a very good idea of exactly what is coming his way. As it is right now, worker counts just about even. Maru continuing to power back at home. We do have Stim coming in for both these players, so we will not be seeing Mech in this game. And Bunny, with these two Ravens, Cyclone, and a handful of tanks, looking to try and set up some kind of push here on the third base.
Yeah, we want to watch the Ravens very closely here. Stim is done here for Bunny, especially early on. Sometimes you'll have just enough disables for each tank. And it looks like he's spreading out. He's got reinforcements coming.
Maru's so good with these Marines.
Yeah, he's very good with these kind of interactions here. Okay, so the first disable is going to come down.
FCC instantly gets lifted.
This is actually really good for Maru.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be able to get this command center away. He's not going to lose it. And he's also not losing his tank. So, like, this is actually, like, it looks good for Bunny, and it is, in fact, good for Bunny, but Maru did not really suffer from this. And he can basically wait for that disabled to wear off and go right back to where he had claimed earlier.
Yeah, it could have been much worse there for Maru. If he was just a little bit too slow with the unsiege there on that siege tank, that probably would have fallen. And you know, maybe there could be a ripple effect from there where Bunny's able to deny this base for an extended period of time. But instead, just going to be a little bit of lost mining time there for Maru. As upgrades now coming in, 1-1 here for Maru is done. Bunny, I'm not sure exactly where he is at. Okay, he's about halfway done, a little bit more than halfway done with his upgrades. So there's a sizable window here for Maru, and with his armory now almost complete, he's going to be retaining this upgrade lead for quite a while.
Well, he sees us coming in. Are the disables going to be ready? He stims, he moves in. Two tanks out of action right now.
Great armor shredding missile, but I don't think there's enough bio here. No combat shields even on the infantry here for Bunny, as Maru is just mowing through this. Another siege tank is going to fall. One siege tank at the natural expansion is able to shoo away some of these Marines, but so many SCVs getting taken down already.
Yeah, Maru really showing exactly how to do it after Bunny tries the same thing earlier and it just backfires.
And look at this, 1-1 just now finishes for Bunny right after that fight. So Maru with the perfect timing there, able to get a ton of damage done. I mean, 2 siege tanks go down, all of the bio count for Bunny gets reset, 9 SCVs fall, the command center gets lifted, and now with reinforcements coming across the map here for Maru, you gotta think that he's just gonna double down on this aggression. And all right, here we go, Marines stimming in yet again. Another siege tank does get picked off. This one trying to siege up here in the corner will get focused down by the Marines, only gets 2 shots off before it's evaporated. And I think we have another really quick game.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it. He's just going to try to move in again. Liberators are going to be gunned down. he actually does take out that last tank, which means the Marines can kind of run amok.
That's nothing but Marines right now on the low ground here for Maru, as Bunny's going to be losing all these SCVs here in the natural expansion. And even if he does somehow clean this up, I mean, the supplies really tell the tale.
That's it, GG.
Wow.
Well, there's a lot to say about that game, but I'll try to simplify it. Bunny should just not have even tried that little poke out that he did. That was clearly... Maru looked at that and went, oh, okay, and like lifted the command center and backed away, and he's like, are you done? And then like he like lands it, and then he like has his own Ravens with the disable, and he's like, anyways, it moves out. There's nothing that those Ravens can do to Maru's tanks. Maru suddenly has just enough more, and by the way, like having 20-30% more in a Terran army as you built up is way more damage.
It snowballs so fast, especially with 1-1 versus 0-0 upgrades on the infantry. It's just crazy. I mean, we had a clutch armor shredding missile come down on Maru's infantry, and it still didn't even matter.
He's like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, that was just a sick timing there for Maru. I mean, these are the situations that he recognizes. We were talking about this, you know, as the show, or as this series was starting, that Maru is just so good. Maybe one of the best Terran players in the world, if not the best, at just identifying when a player is vulnerable and just going for the throat at that critical moment.
Yeah. He basically looked at that and said, oh, okay, are you going to try to do that to me? All right, well, I'll see you in 2 minutes. And just ends the game. That's the Maru I'm personally used to casting. But again, Bunny with some very unique ideas in game one. What else will he have to show us this time around? We're going to go to the Ancient Cistern. You know what I'm talking about, that old cistern where we haven't played TVT? Let's go there now. Map 3, tied 1-1.
Looking forward to it. Go, go, go!
Songs about if you don't repair your buildings. You don't repair your buildings in this matchup, they burn down.
I got excited. Saw those SCVs.
Mystery Gaming, Bunny.
You thought I was going to send one out?
Yeah, I thought for a second. Just didn't have the timing quite right. Or did I tasteless? Look at this little SCV here for Maru.
You just didn't know how soon you had to send an SCV out on the map. Yay. Crowd goes wild. All right. So he sent one. Oh, wait a minute. We go back on camera, it's ByuN playing. We're like, ByuN! ByuN, you're eliminated.
I want to say, we called this, by the way. He went CC first in the previous map. Oh, he has to go 2X now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You're good.
Get Maru out of there, man. I should be Reaper rushing these nerds.
I'm going to bring you to a roulette table. You're really good at guessing this, man. Yeah, it could be
6SL?
6SL champion. I think probably.
Could be. 2 maps away from another grand finals.
I've been hyping it as maybe. Oh, there we go. A sign
That's
for
a cute
Bunny.
It's a nice sign. I like that one. Simple, to the point. Nice drawings.
Knew it was a bunny right away.
Yeah.
It wasn't a hedgehog.
Not a hedgehog.
Not a wombat. Anything else like that. Clearly a bunny drawing. So, is Maru going to do the part of the builder he makes the depot in the middle of the map in the factory?
I don't believe so. We have to watch and see what this SCV does on the middle of the map, but I wouldn't be... Oh, I think he might.
First time in Korea. All the Terran... Yes, is it a coincidence? Well, you're a Terran as well as a human, so all the Terrans are actually here.
Unless you got infested by a Zerg, and then I guess they can claim you.
Listen, this is what... Humans are the best, okay? Like, the truth is, we would have never lost to the Zergs. They're basically animals, all right, with some psychic powers. And Protoss, I don't know what they're doing with their tech.
Yeah,
okay?
like you guys, you can
fighting with
communicate.
side blades. Here's a machine gun. You're dead.
Communicate
so
telepathically, and you got like side blades. And
yeah.
You can do magic, and like you're just like running on foot with these little swords.
Yeah. It's what is going on here?
All right, so Reaper Rush commences right now. 2 Reapers and 1 SCV coming in.
He got on top.
Oh man.
Wait, this isn't.
No, this is not how you want this to go for Maru. Oh no.
No way.
Not like this.
Shot in the back.
Yikes. So the Reaper counts right now even. Maru was able to pick off, I think, 2 SCVs in total. It might have just been 1, but in any case, you don't want to lose those Reapers. You want to snowball them as best you can.
The Reaper rush is backfiring if 1 Reaper's lost. If you keep all of them together, the damage can start to compound. And I think Bunny, look at this now, is going to move out on the map. Action-packed TVTs here.
Yeah, the Reaper rushes so far today not really working either for ByuN or now for Maru here in Game 3. The second semifinal match is a lot of the wind out of the sails here for Maru. Does have a bunker set up here in the natural expansion, although, again, he would have loved to just be in a better defensive position here and have a couple more Reapers on the field, as two of them falling already. I think Bunny actually has more Reapers than Maru right now, which is just not how you want this to go. And so the comeback mechanic here for Maru is going to be a little bit of greed, throwing down the third CC.
So this is not safe, but I don't know that it's going to be punished necessarily. It's almost like counterintuitive, right?
Well, you're in a bad position. These are the kind of risks you got to take.
He's smart. He's like, there's only one Marine in there. I can just ignore that. Like, I actually don't care about that.
There's only 2 Reapers on the high ground here for Maru as well, and also a very awkward position here as the Marines are going to try and come in. And this is just looking disastrous here for Maru. He controls it quite well, able to get all but one of the Reapers. Now sees the third command center.
He leaves to tell the tale.
Yeah, this is...
Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, there is a Cyclone away to shoot this, but...
That was the best possible thing that could have happened there, all things considered. I mean, had he not been making that, it would have been just that many more kills. This command, sorry, not command, so this barracks is not even going to be in the game for that much longer.
Bunny just complete confidence, third CC on the low ground right now.
Yeah, well,
just
I mean, he's looking at this and he's going, I'm in such a good position right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's good recognition. He is in complete control of this game.
Right.
21 army supply to 9. He has full map control. And all right, Bunny, off to a great start here at game number 3. I mean, it goes to show when you opt for these proxy Reaper builds, really how critical the control is in the early game. Just one small misstep there for Maru is, I mean, double engineering bay also getting thrown down. Keep in mind, Maru, I don't think he's seeing that third CC, so he's just kind of blindly greeting it out here. But this is a scary position. All right, we've got one Raven, one Cyclone, I think a Siege Tank. Oh, no Siege Tank actually here for Maru.
I think he's got the right idea. Fortunately for Maru, he's placed his infrastructure all away from anywhere where you could try to like kind of shell the main. But
yeah,
in games where you're like a little bit ahead, if you can actually set up on their low ground, point it in their main, and just start hitting stuff and make them detach from their add-ons like that, I mean, it's so good for you. By the way, bio play confirmed here for Bunny.
Yeah, both players opting for bio. Maru actually just using that factory for a long time to just make some add-ons now. Pumping out his first Siege Tank, getting on the field, and that scan coming through. Maru will know it's a 3CC play there from Bunny, so although there is a big threat that Maru's been aware of for a long time because this army differential has just been established from the very beginning and has compounded over the course of this game. It's not as dire as it could be. This isn't a 2-base all-in coming his way, but with 3 Siege Tanks and 2 Vikings already on the field here for Bunny, you have to think that, God, there's so many Ravens as well. This is scary. I don't know if Maru's going to be able to hold this.
Yeah, well, the thing is, that Reaper scouting, that third CC, it's so good. You know with confidence you can move in here pretty quickly. Note that he can't reach the command center, but he can get the gas. And like, you need all the gas, especially when you're trying to compete for tanks and stuff like that. Now the Ravens are gonna go to the side. Will this tee up an attack for Bunny over here at the command center? No, he's gonna come from behind. No?
Maybe he wants to set up some auto turrets on the flank? That's the only thing I can think of. All right, Disables come in. And okay, here we go. Stim is done actually for Maru, so he might be able to clean this up, Tasteless. Turn this one on its head. Look at that. What a beautiful engagement there for Maru.
Yeah, and you're 5 seconds out from Stim there.
Right with 1-1.
And it's kind of funny, right? Like, it goes to show you, and I feel like I've mentioned this almost maybe too much in TVT, but it doesn't always, prove to be very much. But if you have a Stim ahead of theirs, you have a total unique timing. I'm actually surprised to even see Bunny hanging out that far on the map without Stim. In my head, when I saw the push coming, I thought Stim had already started. and been finished.
Yeah, I didn't even have it on my radar.
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me. I thought, well, yeah, because you're not. And then when I saw that happen, I'm go, oh my God. Well, he's not safe at all then. And now this is going to seesaw back across the map. And it's going to be Maru looking for some kind of openings here. Now, I don't know that he has any more disables on the Ravens. I think, oh, hold on. He's just going to go for it.
They're just going for it. These 1-1 Marines going to try and do some work, but the siege tank line is really strong here for Bunny as Maru is going to get pushed away. Vikings do kill one medevac behind all of that. And Maru's going to reposition, pivot down to the south side. And keep in mind, I mean, +2 infantry weapons and armor already started here for Maru. Bunny's +1 weapons maybe about halfway done. So there is a very sizable upgrade lead here for Maru coming into the middle of the game. And after that last engagement there, Maru's natural expansion where he was able to swing around with the Ravens, get those disables, and then just overwhelm the position. Armor supplies have all but evened up. It's only a 14 differential, so that's easily manageable here for Maru, I think.
Okay, so this is a good scout from Bunny. He sees that there's a lurk over here on the map with these medevacs and the fact that he might be able to pick up and dive into the main. I think Bunny's going to go unhindered for now. Bunny is ahead, especially in army supply. And it was even more drastic about 10 seconds ago, but he's in pretty good shape, in part because Maru basically took his advantage and then overextended it by trying to dive in and do more damage.
Yeah, both players going for 4th CCs now as well, as Maru just continues to roam around the map. Knows that his infantry is superior, so he's going to try and get as much value out of that as possible. And here we go, this nice engagement. Maru should get the better end of this trade, and yeah, that's going to be Bunny trying to skirt away. A lot of Marines going down there for Bunny. I hate this so much. I'm getting flashbacks to early Legacy of the Void with everyone just rushing Liberator range.
Oh
like
yeah,
sieging down every
staying
mineral
back
line.
there forever.
Having to build a Void Raise Protoss. Oh my goodness. It's traumatizing.
Well, he's going to come in now, try to kill some of these workers. Good pull away here from Maru.
He only loses 1 SCV, and that Liberator will get deflected here by these Marines. But I'm liking this play here from Bunny, just being very annoying here with this harassment. We'll even delay the 4th Command Center, gets the nice confirmation on this as well. Knows exactly the timing that CC is getting up. Bunny with a sizable economic. Oh no, that's actually Maru with the economic lead. I missed that for a moment. Huh. Yeah, Maru with a bit of a worker lead, but Bunny's army supply just so far ahead right now. 30 in total.
Okay, they're going to come down now. And Bunny's going to back away. I think Bunny, if he has the right read on this, he should let Maru overextend back into him again here. Maru has been a little bit overheated, a little bit too aggro. And I think we're going to see this happen again here. Well, hold on. He's not going to protect the tank, though. That's actually a big snipe there for Maru.
Yeah, only 1 siege tank alone with the Marines behind it. Does get picked off, so Maru just kind of finding damage where he can. Continuing to roam around the map. Bunny now very close to getting max. We'll see exactly what he decides to do with his infrastructure setup back at home as he reaches max pop. And 2-2 infantry weapons already done for Maru. So even though Bunny is max and he does have the army supply lead, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't try to make any big plays happen until at least 2-2 was done. But a nice catch here. Both these players very active with these group of Marines catching exposed siege tanks left and right. And
State, I gotta say, man, wow. I mean, right now Bunny looks a little bit better kind of on the map than Maru. Like, he looks a little bit more on top of where he needs to be. He's gonna try to slice through this part of the map now. He is gonna push in here. There's a bit of a surround.
Oh, I like this engagement for Maru, though. All the Marines are already down for Bunny, and so Maru's just gonna try and do his best to breach this position. All the siege tanks going down, as that's about as good a trade as you can get. But behind all of it, Bunny was setting up for this attack here at the triangle third. 7 SCVs fall. Siege tanks are able to deflect them from getting any more big kills, but with so many workers going down, that's Maru's economic lead down the drain, as they are now even. But I gotta say, after all things said and done, I think Maru has solidified his position a little bit. I mean, that was a really nice fight there in the middle of the map. Yes, he did lose 11 workers, so the economic lead, it's not as substantial as it once was, but 9 siege tanks to 4 siege tanks. If Maru's able to maneuver this army correctly and set up a timing with 3-3 infantry weapons, it could be very difficult for ByuN to stop. But he has to be careful. There's not many Marines here.
A weird moment. We have Marines running right into the tanks. Yeah, I think with this, the high tank count the way it is, all Maru has to do is fill this in with a few more Marines and, of course, a little bit more tanks. And I don't know if ByuN has any way to sandbag the progress of pushes like this.
Yeah, ByuN just trying to set up a very nice concave here, a nice spread of tanks on the high ground, but Maru can just kind of focus in on this one position. Scanner's going to come down on the siege tanks here for ByuN, as Maru's going to try and take those out as best as possible. ByuN getting a little bit of the better trade here to engage. Keep in mind, Maru right now, no Vikings in total on the field, and as soon as Maru loses vision, ByuN goes for the try-drop.
Yeah, he's going to try to loop around to the top. I don't think that ByuN's position can be broken here. I feel like Maru's done a pretty good job of trying to find an opening, but I mean, especially with ByuN kind of moving his tanks into position. He has like a couple tanks that are basically static, and then the rest he's ready to get them into whatever formation he needs. Maru going to come in again. There's a lot of tanks in the back over here, and the infantry count's going to get thinned out heavily.
Yeah, hot pickup there. We'll be able to save a lot of those Marines there for Maru. His position is a little bit precarious. It feels like he just keeps attacking in and isn't able to find too much damage. And now those 3 dropships coming into the main base here for Maru are going to be getting the engineering base. I think 3-3 did complete. Yeah, 3-3 is done. So Maru not going to mind losing those NG base too much in this base, mostly mined out. Only 9 SCVs in total falling. Looking at the mini-map, Maru now pivoting down to the south side as this will eventually get cleaned up, and yet another skirmish.
I mean, ByuN's fighting back, I guess, okay. It does seem like the supply is starting to drop quite a bit. And Maru is still able to interfere with everything over here. But I say that, I guess ByuN's going to secure 6 o'clock. So far, you know, so good. It's been a really complicated game, to be honest. We've had a lot of back and forths, but it doesn't seem like anybody's really I guess so far been able to take a lead that's been unstoppable. Like, this could go either way.
Yeah, it's relatively even right now. I mean, even the worker count 72 to 71. Both players going up to 4, soon 5 bases. As we're reaching max pop, and it feels like we're at a position where no one can really breach. And Maru, if I'm not mistaken, a moment ago, I see Tech Labs now being added on to what I think are starports. He had 2 or 3 starports get thrown down over the last couple of engagements, and ByuN now doing the same thing back at home. So Maru with a bit better tempo there, but this is a nice catch here for Maru. Getting sieged up in this position should be the end of this planetary fortress.
You know, he's so good at getting the siege up really, really fast.
Oh, there's only 1 tank in range. I thought for sure the other ones would have been able to hit it, but no, instead, that planetary will survive for now, but I feel like I watched one of these games earlier with Maru where this planetary fortress just gets like shelled for minutes and minutes and minutes.
+2 weapons is done for ByuN. I think that actually just in those last couple of engagements, Maru might have actually catapulted ahead. If you watch when both armies stim and attack in, Maru's always getting siege up first.
It does feel that way, yeah. All right, big engagement coming in. Maru's sieging up first yet again, and that's most of the bio getting cleaned up.
The thing is, if you can siege up first, if you're both coming at each other, that means your tanks kill their Marines first, which means that their tanks, even if they kill some of your Marines are going to start to damage their tanks. The truth is, tanks don't, you know, when Marines attack them, they die almost immediately. Like, they're extremely brittle units. And then all you have to do is clear those tanks out, and it just seems like, mechanically, Maru is just a better player.
It does feel like he has a little bit of that edge in these engagements so far, especially in the middle of the map. Oh man, another great read from Maru. Scans the army position there for ByuN and knows that he can come back in here on this 4th base and take it out yet again. That was the natural orbital dive.
He can pick up too if he wants, going to the main.
Yeah, ByuN might just be on 3 CC right now. I'm not sure if he has any macro command centers in the bank, but this is not a good position for him as he's now sitting at 142 supply.
Dude, Maru's so scary. Like, he's going to lose this drop, and he's like, no, I'm going to get exactly enough damage, as much as I possibly can.
Oh, it's unsieged. Maru's going to go for it. He added more Ravens. All right, that's what the Tech Labs are for. 2 disables coming down as Maru's going to try and break this position here, and that's going to be it. Maru going up 2-1 here in this best of 5, one map away from another GSL CODAS Finals.
Whew. He's so good. So I think that was very neck and neck. Bunny actually looks extremely good. But Maru just kind of better at this sort of end game fighting. He just had better trades with the Marines, the tanks. I said it earlier, but I think I'll say it again. It's probably worth going back and watching. Every time the two armies met in the middle, Maru's siege mode is like a half a second faster. And that matters because when you have this many tanks, if all your siege tanks fire first, all the Marines get wiped out. Marines are doing tons of damage every second stimmed up. So that gives them a little bit more time after the Marines are thinned out to then kind of snowball that damage over on top of the tanks. Their tanks then fire, cleans out some of your Marines, but then guess what's left over? Your tanks.
And let's not forget how that map started. It was a failed proxy barracks for Maru. Those
I
Reapers
actually almost forgot that was so long.
Those Reapers got cleaned up, and Maru just had to go absolutely full greed mode. Went for a third CC. It even got scouted, and then really fast double engineering bay. And just the fact that he was able to wiggle his way out of a tough position, because you lose all momentum there as Maru after those early Reapers get shut down with a proxy barracks build like that one. To be able to come back and win in a late game scenario where you're both maxed, you both have 3-3 upgrades, it just shows how good he is at navigating Terran, not only through the early game with these proxy builds, but the mid game and the late game. I mean, his army positioning is so good. He's getting the best possible engagements, it feels like every single time. And on top of that, he's just faster with the transitions, faster with the upgrades, faster with the third CC. He got those extra Ravens out about 1 starport faster in terms of tempo than Bunny did. And that was allowing him to, go in for the killing blow there at the triangle third. So Maru just really firing on all cylinders after one big misstep. Makes you wonder, coming here into game number 4, if he doesn't have an error like that, can Bunny take the win? Yeah,
Maru looking just, more well-rounded, better at the basics.
Yeah.
Bunny has that crazy strategy in game 1, but, there's a reason why you get this far in GSL. It's best of 5s, and in the finals, best of 7s. Is like, we don't want you to have 1 or 2 tricks. You got to have a real range of play. And so far, Maru has that range. We're going to load up map 4 now. Remember, the winner of this best of 5 going on to the finals to face off against Cure here in season 1 of the GSL CODAS.
Go, go, go!
Mystery Gaming, Bunny.
Do we have SCVs on the map? SCVs in the audience.
It's a lot of SCVs.
Whole 200 maxed out SCV audience.
It's a sold-out crowd.
Submarines in there, no doubt.
On-site Gaming.
It's Korea, there have to be submarines.
You want to get a free ticket to get in now, man, you better be a mule, man. You better cost no supply.
So good to have an audience. I really can't understate that.
Yeah. Got a big smile on my face right now, seeing all you guys down here enjoying the games. Okay, second gas. Who's that? For Bunny.
For Bunny.
And then Maru's going to go for a command center.
Yeah, Reaper expand here for Maru, most likely. So a little bit of a mix-up here. Bunny going for the faster tech tree. Maru opting for it. A little bit of a better economy. We'll see how this one goes. So far, it feels like the players that have been opting for the earlier command centers haven't really gotten punished today in either of the series. Tasia did it better? It's a name I haven't heard in a really long time.
Yeah, it's a throwback, man. It's one
I
of the
miss
oldies.
Tasia. God, there was that 1 or 2 year period where he was just the best player in the world, bar none. Do you remember that?
No,
that was
a scary era. And I'm like, well, he's not playing the GSL right now. We don't know for sure.
Oh, he was scary though, man.
He was so good. No, he was crazy, man.
I mean, back when the TSL was firing off, and since 2008, finally made it to a GSL. All is that another greedy
Into
Gabriel?
the sky, Wisconsin, hoping for cheese. That's an excellent sign. Well, I think we're still going to have plenty of cheese here today.
This is one of the things about not having the audience until the finals is we're getting the cream of the crops in terms of the cheerfuls here today.
Yeah,
we've had a whole season to think them through.
That's right. The sign game is on point.
So good to have you guys with us.
Yeah, this has been a great day so far here. Let's see if we go to game 5. I mean, I don't know what to expect, honestly. Like, when I saw when I saw Bunny, we were talking about this before we went live today. Like, it's hard to cast both Bunny and ByuN in the same day. Like, my brain wants to stick with just one. But what I was saying earlier is that looking at the way that Bunny played game 1, I thought, oh my God, of course you're gonna beat Maru. And then 2 more games in, I'm like, oh, Maru, obviously. You're like so much better. The thing is, from what I've gathered from this so far is that while Bunny looks godlike, Maru is actually like that 5 or 10% better at all the fundamentals of intense late game TVT. Like, he's better at skirmishes. He knows when to pull away. Even when he does pull away, he knows how to get additional value. Oh, look at this. This is the weirdest interaction ever.
I was gonna try and play-by-play it.
No,
I'm like, no, I'm just gonna
I just put my hands over my mouth. I'm like, nope. I have no idea how this goes.
Yeah.
It seems like neither of these guys are entirely sure either.
Well, it's been an even trade, right? I think.
It's been a back and forth, yeah.
Purely even. 1 Hellion, 1 Reaper going out on each side. Nice there by Maru, not losing the Hellion after Bunny had a little bit of a faster reinforcement.
He's going
Here
to
we
come
go
in for
again.
more.
Nice control from Maru. I mean, really on-point stuff. 5 Hellions in total on the field here. Wow. Third CC here for Bunny. Then at Maru's Mineral Bank, I'm wondering whether he's going to do the same thing already up to 300.
I think he's going to get that third. Well,
Maybe not. Never mind.
I didn't have to call that. I shouldn't even try.
Raven in the
Really
Cyclone.
put myself out on the line there, man. This is some dangerous casting I'm doing right now. I'm like, oh, he will. Oh, he will stay. It's like, easy, tasteless.
All right, so these Hellions coming across the map now to the natural expansion. Only 1 Hellion, a couple of Marines, some Reapers here. Oh, they line up! They line up. That's a nice catch. All the Marines are dead. Not a single Hellion has gone down. Auto turret will have to drop here. And at the end of the day, only 1 Hellion going to fall. That was a great trade there for Maru.
That could not have been better. The fact that all the Hellions are leaving with like red or orange hit point bars, they can all go back home. They can all be repaired. They got incredible value. Basically what happened back there was Bunny had his stuff grouped up or lined up in a way that, like, if you're not actually going to move it, or you don't have time to move it, or you're not ready, the Hellions do way more damage. So I don't know what this means for, like, what might look like minutia could in fact be like a setup for another attack in here. You know, like Maru's so good at these moments where he's like, oh, like, you made a small mistake and now I'm probably going to win the game in 3 minutes. He does this a lot as both players are trying to get into mid-game.
Anytime you could start to snowball kills together like that, it feels fantastic. I mean, only 2 Marines right now for Bunny. It's 4 for Maru, but...
And you know what? This went right in the blind spot. The Hellions just not going to see this. I guess seeing the Ravens kind of gives it away. Ravens never beeline through the middle of the map.
So 1 Raven on the field here for Bunny. I'm curious to see how many more he adds. No more Ravens, actually. Looking at this, that's interesting. I feel like this is a dangerous position for Bunny to be in, because if Maru is able to find a key timing with 3 Ravens reaching close to max energy, I mean, all the tanks are going to get disabled here at this third base, and we might have turrets get thrown down as well, right? So there could be an opportunity for a killing blow here for Maru, should the timing line up. I'm not sure whether it will.
I think he's going to wait for Stim.
Oh,
yeah. He's going to go out.
Of course, going to wait for Stim.
But I'm 100% on the same page as you, State. Like, I look at this and I go, I don't know, man. I mean, doesn't this give just a very straightforward timing attack here from Maru? I mean, can he not just, with the 3 Ravens, come out and sort of disarm everything? And, I mean, I don't know that he would necessarily kill the command center, but he would be able to kill the tanks and probably force the command center to lift up.
And Maru is also one of those players that if you give him an inch, he'll take a mile, right? I mean, he's so good at building momentum off of any potential skirmish that it's a little concerning, you know, should he go for a push like that, and if he's able to actually breach the third base, even just force a liftoff for a moment, that could be, you know, the start of an avalanche.
So this is funny. He's going to just kind of do almost like an auto turret drive-by where he just runs through. He gets 5 SCVs, which is a lot. And then I think something was shot down. Was there a Raven shot? Or something was shot down in the middle of the map. I think our observer actually just missed it.
I think it might have been a Hellion. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it
what
must have been a Hellion. It
was.
couldn't have been a Raven. I don't know what I'm talking about. It had to have been a Hellion. A drop over here into the main.
Yep, stim is done. +1 infantry, weapons, and armor done. Oh, it's kind of awkward, but he's dropping the main base at the same time. Armor shredding missile does come through, but a lot of SCVs already fallen. Armory is getting delayed here. Oh, this is a big mistake here for Bunny.
It's
These
a really
SCVs
bad
are
aim
caught.
move. He did not actually click
Oh,
into where
no.
where he needed to go. So a lot more SCVs were killed, and he can actually swoop right out, move all the way down. He'll have another boost. He should be able to get out of here.
Yeah, that's a big misstep there for Bunny. Are we going to try and find another angle here to drop? Is this dropship here in the main base of Maru eventually will get cleaned up. Maru? Hello?
Oh, I think he accidentally clicked on the mini map when he was clicking down.
Oh, yeah, I think you might be right.
That's like a funny thing that can happen if you're trying to move on the far left-hand side of the screen and go down.
No, it's, yeah.
Is you'll like accidentally click at the top of the mini map.
I think you're almost, yeah, I'm pretty sure you hit the nail on the head right there about what happened. That's happened to me time and time again.
Yeah.
And that's like 20 army supply almost that got taken out. So that hurts here for Maru. These 3 Hellions going to come into the natural expansion, see if they can add to this worker differential, but Bunny's really going for a killing blow right now, pushing across the middle of the map. These units will get cleaned up. Keep in mind, those 3 Ravens still with very high energy, might not be able to disable every single siege tank, but should be able to get the lion's share of them.
Well, this game evened out because of that misclick, and now Bunny's going to try to set up to drop into the natural, potentially the main. I'm not clear on what's actually there to defend. Same idea actually here from Bunny, although what Maru's, same idea here from Maru, but what Bunny's going to do is going to actually take action first.
Yeah, Bunny going into the natural expansion. I think 4 siege tanks, in fact, in this drop. This is a big one. Those Ravens are going to need to work overtime to disable these siege tanks right here. There's a lot of SCVs already going down. The 3 medevacs heading into the main base now for Bunny. No defense in sight. And Bunny's just going to get out of here. That's a nice win for him, but does he have an answer to the drop in the main base? His army, it feels like it's mostly out in the middle of the map, and the main command center is going to go down.
Oh, that's crazy. So he comes in there, he's going to take out that and
the starport.
And, you know, he's got a lot over here. I mean, SCVs are being used to fight this, and it actually looks like Bunny is not getting good surface area.
No, even with these Marines at the top attacking the refineries, Maru is still getting the better trade, so Bunny's pulling the trigger, coming into the 3rd base now.
Oh, but see, Maru's pretty fast. I think he might still lose the command center.
Yeah, but even if he does, I feel like with a worker differential, what it is, and with Bunny losing the CC in his main base and the starport and this drop here at the 3rd base, it might not be enough. Maru might be heading to the finals.
Well, hold on a second. He's going to try to drop right into the main. We've got a lot of Ravens ready. The small drop is going to be cleaned up. Actually, no, it's going to be moved away. SCV is still getting killed over here.
Keep in mind, those Ravens have a lot of energy banked up right now. They do not have to get used on those siege tanks at the natural expansion, so there's a lot of disables in the cards, and Maru just kind of giving Bunny the runaround here a little bit as more SCVs continue to fall, down to 22 workers in total right now. Army supplies still favoring Bunny, but how do you breach this position? I mean, 3 Ravens, all these siege tanks, 2-2 upgrades now done for Maru. Bunny has to make something happen. I'm not sure he's going to be able to come through with the play, though.
Yeah, the 22 workers is really scary.
I don't even think he's building SCVs. I think he might just be going all in with this one.
And the other problem is he doesn't even have enough SCVs to, like, pull the boys.
Yeah, there's no boys.
There's no boys. And you know, let's say that that did happen. I mean, Maru could just throw his own SCVs in here. And I don't even know if there's any Ravens in this group, so I think he can actually just disable this.
Nice armor shredding missiles coming down the bio, and all 3 siege tanks at the top right get disabled, and that's going to be Maru's ticket to the grand finals, Tasteless.
All right, let's do this. Maru wins 3-1. We've got our finalists, our 2 finalists, I should say. It's going to be Cure versus Maru. Now, if Maru wins this GSL, it is his 6th GSL that he has won, which is insane. If he loses, he's been in the finals. How many? He's gotten 3 second places. Is that correct?
It's 2 or 3, I think.
2 or 3. So it would be his 4th.
Wow.
That's crazy. And I'll tell you this, man. He just looks fundamentally very strong. That was like a bigger better, faster, stronger Terran. Like, he just knew how to handle every situation a little bit better. He knew to target down the command center and the starport. He knew when to pull away. He knew when to cover his main. He's just incredible, man.
9th GSL Finals, breaking his own record. 3 consecutive finals since the 2022 GSL Season 2.
Be the 6 SL if he wins it. I can't believe this. I'm getting goosebumps.
That's
This
crazy.
is
Maru's
wild.
playing so well. I feel like out of the games that we've seen today, Maru just seemed the most dominant by far.
Yeah.
And that's not saying that Bunny didn't play well. He did, but Maru just on another level. Let's hear what he has to say.
조성주 선수가 결승 무대 올라가게 됐습니다.
All right, we're going to have,
와, 또 가요.
excuse me, you made it to the
번째입니다.
finals. Again.
자, 올라갔는데
It's the 9th time.
여기서도 딱 올라가고 난 이후에도 좀 표정을 보니까 아직 굉장히 좀 배고픈 것 같아. 결승 무대
But when I
올라가서
see your
한번
face
생각해보도록
after making it here
하겠습니다.
9 times, you're not showing much emotion.
굉장히 잘했다고 생각해가지고 뭐 뭔가 이길 것 같은 느낌.
I think I prepared really well for the semifinals, so
네,
I'm not
오늘
sure how
1경기
confident I'm going to I am in the actual final match. Regardless, though, I'm happy.
굉장히 힘든 출발을 했는데
So in
그때
map
좀
1,
어떤 생각이 드셨어요?
you got lost to that unusual mech timing.
없다고 생각하기 때문에
What was going through your mind then?
잃지 않았습니다.
네. 그리고 결승 무대에서 지금 올라온 선수가
I think I lost the build order
김도욱
fight.
선수예요. 저 변현우 선수가 아니라 김도욱 선수인데요. 결승 개인 상대는 어떻게 평가하세요?
Your final opponent is going to be Cure. What's your take on this?
복수할 수 있는
Throughout the
기회가
season,
와가지고
Cure is the only player
이기고
I've lost
네,
against.
그래서 이따가
So now's my chance to get revenge.
하게 되면 이제 그때 서로 상대에 대한 이야기는 그때 하도록 하겠습니다. 그리고 이제 결승 올라가는 데 있어서 큰 도움을 주신 분들, 힘이 돼주신 팬분들에게 한 말씀.
일단
A lot of players have helped you get to this moment.
되게 도움이 많이
아니 무슨 얘기했어요?
I see Crank's been up there talking to you on the stage in between the games,
얘기, 도움이 굉장히
trying to give you advice.
와, 네. 그러면은 큰 코치에게 한 말씀 해주시죠.
항상
And he's saying, yes, it was very helpful. Any words to Crank?
올라가면 모셔가지고 멘탈 코치 해주시는데
네.
너무 감사한 거.
알겠습니다. 그럼 결승
Whenever I make it far at an event, he always makes it well and supports me there.
4강전 경기하면 모두 마무리가 됐고 저는 잠시 후에
I really appreciate it.
조성주 선수와 김도욱 선수 결승
And I'll see you
무대로
soon.
다시
Crank. Guys, we'll be back with the finals, short break, and then we are going to crown a Season 1 GSL champion. Do not go away.